The next thing to do is something that we've never been able to do in a tactics game before, and that is read the Germanic scriptures. Ah, fuck. All right. I opened the scriptures of Germanic entrusted to me by Elder Simon and began to lead through the pages. The words before my eyes were written in the holy script of the ancients far beyond my ken. Several illustrations were scattered throughout, but many pages were missing or damaged. The script was exceedingly difficult to decipher. As I turned the pages, faintly penned words in modern Ivalician script occasionally caught my eye. Notes of an explanatory nature had been added here and there throughout the book, all written in the same hand, though exactly whose I could not say. A faint scent of ink rose from these notes, and as I touched my finger to one of them, the writing smeared. It seemed to have been penned only in the last few days. I then realized that these transcriptions were most likely Elder Simon's work. He must have devoted a significant portion of his life as a custodian of the underground library to deciphering these scriptures, line by painstaking line. I relied heavily on his fragmentary notes as I continued reading. Apparently, the Holy Script had been recorded by Germanique, but who was that? The name struck a familiar chord as half-forgotten history lessons rose unbidden in my mind. Then I remembered. Germanique was the disciple of Saint Ajora who betrayed his master, turning him over to the Holy Edorean Empire, and in doing so ensured his name would live on in infamy. I was astounded that the librum penned by the same Germanique from my history lessons now rested in my very hands. Saint Ajora was the child of the gods, descended from the heavens to deliver humanity from its self-inflicted chaos. By his prophecies was the word of the divine imparted upon mortal men. After his death, these teachings formed the basis of the Church of Galbados, its name's meaning to obey God, in the holy tongue of the ancients. The church's influence later spread throughout Ivalice and further afield to Ardalia, Ramonda, and beyond. The deeds of Saint Ajora are known to all, and yet I would seek to learn more of his remarkable journey. Saint Ajora's birth came some 1200 years ago, in the midst of a golden age of technology, when airships yet plied the skies. He was born in Lassalia, in the city of Brevenia. Moments after his birth, he rose to his feet and approached a well. Upon reaching its base, words of prophecy poured forth from his infant lips. A calamity shall soon befall this well. Seal it up at once, that none may drink it. Some days later, a plague descended on the town of Brevenia, and all those who drank from the well succumbed to the contagion and perished. Only those families who heeded the prophetic words of Saint Ajora were spared from the malady and death. After the incident with the well, the people came to revere Saint Ajora as a portent of miracle and child of the gods. Then, at the age of 20, his life was cut short. The circumstances surrounding his death are closely tied to the legend of the Zodiac Brace, told throughout Ivalice since ancient times. To trace the story of these fabled warriors, I must delve yet further into the past. Ivalice was not always united as it is today. Long ago, the realm was divided into 7 domains: Fovelham, Lionel, Limbury, Lasalia, Gallion, Viltenia, and Moland. Each warred with the others in a never-ending struggle to expand its own territory. It was the age of feudalism. This conflict had continued for centuries, until an ambitious young king rose to power in Moland. This young monarch dreamt of uniting all of Ivalice under his hand, but the road to victory was a difficult and dangerous one. The king turned to ancient tombs and dark magics found within, summoning a demon from the netherworld to do his bidding. But once unleashed, the demon slew the king and set out to destroy the very world itself. To combat this monstrosity, a great hero set out on a quest. Together with his 12 comrades, he collected the zodiac stones that had been scattered throughout the world, and thereby formed the Zodiac Braves. These warriors soon defeated the demon and its minions. Banished the creature back to its infernal plane. Their deeds came to be told as the legend of the Zodiac Braves. The zodiac braids have since appeared whenever the world balanced on the brink of catastrophe, only to vanish just as quickly once the crisis had been averted. Similar catastrophe threatened the world in the time of Saint Ajora. The Liege Lord of Linbury summoned a demon in hopes of seizing control of all of Ivalice, and once again plunged the world into chaos. And just as in the legend, Saint Ajora collected the 12 zodiac stones. Once again, the zodiac braids rose to defeat the marauding demon. Thus was Saint Ajora hailed as the world's savior. However, the sovereigns of any age have small tolerance for the interference of well-meaning heroes. Saint Ajora's fame drew the ire of the Holy Edorean Empire, which dispatched soldiers to capture him and his devoted followers. Pharaohism was a prevalent religion in that day, and its priests feared Ajora's growing influence. Ultimately, Germanique, the 13th disciple, was tempted by a sordid coffin, offering vital information that led to his master's capture. The saint was executed upon the gallows of Golgotha soon thereafter, but lest we forget, Saint Ajora was a child of the gods. The wrath of the heavens was swift and terrible. Immediately following the execution, Milan, the center of the fairest teachings, was visited by a terrible cataclysm. The skies rained blood, and the storm of golden lightning ravaged the city. The very earth trembled, and with a thunderous roar, Milan sank into the sea. This was the legend with which I was familiar, the very same tale told to every child of Ivalice. But the Saint Ajora described within the scriptures of Germanique was a different man altogether. Ajora was no child of the gods. He was a mere mortal, no more divine than you or I. He was a revolutionary who fought to realize his own ambitions. He was no lover of peace, no hero who would sacrifice himself for the good of humanity. Germanique wrote of him, as the founder of a new religion with a rising number of followers, Ajora was seen as no more than a nuisance to the empire. But to the slaves and the destitute who suffered most under imperial rule, the fair treatment and equal opportunities espoused by Ajora appeared as a ray of hope, and he their savior. But Ajora was apparently more than just a religious founder. He was a saboteur who infiltrated enemy states to collect information and sow disorder. Ajora was a spy, dispatched to the Holy Edorean Empire by a rival state. His teachings, the faith they inspire, and the influence he wielded were but contrivances to enact the downfall of the empire, orchestrated from within its borders by Ajora himself. But for all his guile, the Imperials were fully aware of the threat that Ajora posed. Germanique was employed to collect evidence that would allow the Empire to arrest Ajora as a spy. The 13th disciple was in reality no more than the Empire's instrument in a play to uncover Ajora's true intentions. It seems that Ajora indeed attempted to form the zodiac braids. Germanique confirmed in his writings that Ajora even discovered some of the stones, and had entrusted them to his closest disciples. But what was his purpose in forming the zodiac braids anew? I do not know if the Liege Lord of Linbury actually summoned a demon. Elder Simon's notes speak of his doubts on the matter, and not a single line within the scriptures seem to record the event. Nevertheless, it appears the catastrophe in which the greater part of Milan sank into the sea did indeed coincide with Ajora's execution. The footnotes provided further enlightenment. They expressed a different view, no doubt the personal opinion of Elder Simon. Although many spoke of their existence, none had ever set eyes upon the scriptures of Germanique. Some might say they are fraudulent, written with the sole purpose of discrediting Saint Ajora, but I know this tome to be authentic. When I served as an inquisitor for the church, those in the upper echelons feared the existence of this work, and the same is no doubt true for the High Confessor. They were all fearful of these writings, for everything contained within them is fact. After Saint Ajora's death, the church, which had capitalized on his considerable influence to seize power for itself, had only one task: to conceal his true nature as a human being. This one fact had to be erased from the annals of history. They needed to ensure that Saint Ajora be remembered as a child of the gods. Their use of the zodiac braids, a legend believed throughout the continent, was a stroke of genius, and it was a simple feat to convince the people that Saint Ajora had led the Zodiac Braves to defeat a demon that never existed. I realized now that I had lost my faith that moment I began to read these scriptures, and yet I feel no sorrow. Thinking back, I now know that my desire to know the truth was stronger than my faith had ever been, but above all, I am as guilty as any involved in this great travesty. All these years, the church has concealed the truth and lied to our flock. Though I am compelled to condemn these acts, I cannot bring myself to do so. Even were I to bring the scriptures before the people, the church would not stand idle. In all likelihood, I would be accused of heresy and burned at the stake. But that is not the true reason for my inaction. This library is everything to me. It is a treasure beyond compare, the only means of slaking my endless thirst for knowledge. If I were to share this book with the world, my precious library would be taken from me. I cannot allow it. To be separated from my tomes, I can think of no pain greater. In the end, my curiosity eclipsed my will to do what was right. Within these pages lies the truth hidden by the church for so many years. The miracles of Saint Ajora were naught but lies, and he but an ordinary man. By interweaving the events surrounding Ajora's death with his mendacious teachings, his followers fabricated a means by which to seize power. But is that truly all there is to know? Elder Simon wrote that Saint Ajora's demon never existed, but I have seen the dark power of the Zodiac Stones with my own eyes. There is an evil presence at work, something much more sinister than even the High Confessor in his twisted plots. The scripture of Germanique complete. Nice. Alright, that was a good read. We learned things that I actually didn't know. We knew, alright, we don't know yet because we're not through the game, but anybody who watched my first playthrough or played the original game, we know Saint Ajora. We know its story. Their story, kind of. But we didn't know that story. We didn't know Saint Ajora of the time of their life. So that's very interesting. And Germanique. We didn't know anything about Germanique at all. Which also makes an optional very interesting to me. But we'll get to that later. For now, that took almost 20 minutes. Probably could have done that in the last section, but we still had a lot of shit to do, so it's not like it wasted that time either. Anyway. Tavern. Zalin should have... I need an archer. Hold on.
To new beginnings.
Alright. Boop boop boop. 12 days. Dispatch. 3, 6. I had a feeling that one would pop. Not gonna lie. Alright, tavern. Hear my report. One of the main trade routes between Garland and Dorder passes through the siege weld. The route was only opened of late and in quite the hurry as an alternative to bandit-ridden road that crosses the Lanalian Plateau. Most of the wood remains unexplored, but the knowledge given to us in the tavern led us to discover the ancient wonder deep within the weld. We found Falgabard. This village was said to have been inhabited by an order of dark knights. While the fell blades of these knights lent them great power, they also cut short their lives. The order's number dwindled until at last none remained. Alright. We've got 2 more before we can continue. Or, will continue, rather. What am I leveling right now? A order and a thief? Alright, we'll have to swap her twice then. Well, actually, no. I need Archer first, so we don't have to swap her at all for this one. Which is... Fuck. Finland Mystery. Has to be this one. I saw them, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it has to be this one. It's got the wrong fucking name on it. But anyway. Boop, boop, boop. 14 days. 2, 4, 7. I do not appreciate. Alright. Ruins at Dugura Fat Pass. After hearing the old farmer's account, we made our way to Dugura Pass. There we witnessed an unusual local festival in which the small folk danced around a bonfire. We later learned that it originated from a sacrificial ritual dating back to ancient times that we still perform today. Leaving the ceremony behind us, we continued to the pass. Through the ruins we discovered nearby were no ancient wonder, though the ruin. Our efforts were not in vain. The flying fort. What do you mean? That is a wonder. The flying fortress. The winged ones of ages past possessed technology allowing them to transmute cloudstone into crystals, like the ones that keep this castle aloft. Unfortunately, both the winged ones and their wondrous knowledge were lost in the cataclysm.
Another ancient wonder, eh? Remarkable work. Congratulations. Your standing as an adventurer has improved.
Adventurer level 3. Fun.
I'd consider that a job.
Alright, the Finland Mystery. I gotta change our archer's job now.
You have my attention.
Geomancer preferably, because the other one is Black Mage. I guess I could do Black Mage,
We're interested then. Who'd you
but
have in mind?
no, we're Geomancer now. 14 days, dispatch.
Anything to make you-
Alright, 2, 4, 7, back to Garland. We literally hit everything. I don't know how we did that, but we did it. Alright. Finland Mystery.
Errands over. Right then.
Tis with pride that I say the task ended in success.
We struck out for the
Be repeated.
Chickalith Fenlands in hopes of finding an ancient wonder there. The poisonous fens are an accursed remnant of the 50 Years' War, and even today their desolation bears silent witness to the brutality of that conflict. At the far side of the sodden land, shrouded in a thick mist, we found the ruins. As we were departing for home, we saw something extraordinary. A Celestia flower blooming beside the noxious waters. By the time our children are grown, would that these fens again be carpeted in Celestia blossoms.
'Twas a satisfying.
We even chanced upon a site of great wonder.
And we found the Semet Falls,
Hold significance.
a site of significance for the ancient Palamesian Empire. Hold on. This is the second reference to Final Fantasy IV, yet everything I know confirms that 4 is not part of this world. Anyway, Mithril was mined behind these majestic falls, while Etstoxium, a fuel used by airships of the day, could be gleaned from their magical waters. I definitely butchered that word. Anyway, let's see what we got going on with Abelard and Renfred. 500 points on Renfred. That gets us Condemn, and that drops him down to 2,800. So let me copy down the other three real quick. 90, 50, and then Abelard also learned something. Oh, Abelard finishes all over, everywhere. Alright, so... Fuck, I don't know what to do with him. Did he not... Oh no, he hasn't. I didn't even start Time Age with him. I don't want Abelard to do something shitty. So, let's just go Ninja. That'll help Ramza, actually. Job, learn skills. 120, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 740, 840, 940, 1040, 1140, 2140, 3140, 3560. A very easy class to, like, gather. Alright. Which that works. Ramza will get Dragoon bumped. He'll work on Ninja. It'll all work out. Oh my god, what am I looking at? Epion. Damaris. Molosos. It would help if you would move the... But I hate that it doesn't register unless I wait until it starts talking. I have to wait until it starts talking. Like the text box has to pop up and start moving. I don't like that. Goodbye, egg. Alright, we're back to our 13. Cool. Okay. Fuck you. Before we move on, let's make sure our people are outfitted properly, since I did just update a couple of things. One thing. Whatever. Actually, technically, I want to make sure that Ramza has a good spear. Oh, hey, new weapon. I don't want to put that on you. I do want those, but I don't want it on you. You guys should have guns. Anyway, alright. Oh yeah, I need to update this too. I can buy high ethers now. There goes a lot of money. I haven't sold anything in a long time. That's okay though. We don't really need to. Grow Heights. I don't remember what this fight is, but hopefully it's not one that's gonna fuck our shit. There's Yardra. I've been waiting to see where that is. Anyway, Grow Heights. Place up to 5 units. Alright. You're gonna go back here. She's gonna go here. He's gonna go there. He's gonna go there. And he's gonna go there. Cool. Alright. Brigands. Southern Sky Deserters. Why are you in Fovoham?
Is that a scouting party from the Order of the Southern Sky?
We are done with fighting. We've had our fill of blood and death. It doesn't matter if we're poor, but our place is with our families. I'm going back to my wife and child. You will not force us to return.
I am not Goltana's men.
It seems. Pray, heed my words. We do not pursue you. It is not our wish to fight.
Aye, that much I'll believe. Better to strike us down cleanly when our backs are turned. Do not think us so green as to fall for your tricks.
Ramza's too kind.
That man. Does he not have a look of the one on the handbill?
What? Are you sure?
Aye, it's him all right. Ramza Bale, the heretic. What do you say we claim his head and take it back to camp?
Are you serious? We're deserters. Our heads would be on spikes next to his.
Consider it. As a son of House Bale, he's no mere bounty. His family commands the northern sky. We'd be fools to pass up this opportunity.
The man who captured that general were dismissed honorably.
Exactly. If we're to return to our homes, let us do so with our heads held high. Were we to flee now, it would be to a life of skulking in the shadows. They still think we're out scouting, and it could stay that way.
Very well. Let us return with him, or at least with his head. It's not long for those shoulders anyway. He is a heretic after all. Come, let this be our final battle. With this godless man's blood, we buy our way home.
It seems there is no avoiding this fight.
Well, welcome to the world of heresy. And usually it kind of is exactly what he's dealing with right now.
Come on,
Anyway,
I must do all I can.
just like all the other fights, we're just going to kind of stand here while Agrius does everything. I feel like that is for the best. The one that scares me just ran up at me. The other ones do not scare me. Well, that's not going to one-shot, so we're just going to do this and see if it one-shots. Perfect. Alright. Now the chemists are a problem because she's dead. But hopefully they won't res her. The only reason she scares me is because if she's got charm person, I've got 4 males. Which is a little bit of a problem. He's got an axe. That's a little scary, but also not scary at all. He's got a better gun. Now that's a gun I can still buy as the story progresses, so I'm not that worried about it. But he does have it. And that's what I was worried about right there. Fucker. Unfortunately, she goes before me. And I'm going to have to move to do something about Agrius getting fucking wrecked.
I must concentrate.
But, you know, whatever.
No holding back.
She is about to get wrecked, and she doesn't have her monk ability yet.
Not this time.
Oh, hey, parry. That's perfect. Just shoot my ninja in the back again.
It could be worse.
Ah. Well, at least she's back there now and not up here. We're going to move Mustadio here. That's not going to help me much because I can't reach her with the high potion. But it does get him closer so that I can start to make that happen. If Ramza didn't need 9,000 points, I probably wouldn't care too much. But he does. So here we are. Anyway. I don't want to kill you yet. You are not the problem. You are a problem. And I can hit you. You can come down here. That's perfect. Oh, they X-potioned her. That's not cool. And you just got in my way, you fucking asshole. Of course, the one that has Phoenix down doesn't have X-potion. Alright, well. Right now, I'm not worried about the axe dude. He can stay down here as much as he wants. All he's doing is just attacking. What I'm worried about is my girl right there getting her shit kicked in with nobody to help her. So we gotta make sure... Oh, I have chant. Hold on. I forgot about that. Once I hit 20, we'll switch to chant, I think. You're blocking me? Oh, he died. You're no longer blocking me, thank you. Anyway. Actually, since I'm not using... can I not chant Ramza? I can't. So I gotta do something else to get Ramza's bravery up, but... Oh, that was not chant. Okay. Or... Fuck, I forget the name of it. That was chant, but that's not what I needed. Mustadio is now in trouble. You fucking asshole. I didn't mean to do that. I thought it was the bravery thing. So we're in a weird spot. Also, the guy who keeps Phoenix downing is about to get... It's steel. That's what I wanted. I didn't check to see if I could hit Ramza with it. I don't care that much. Because we're going to do it if we can. Otherwise, I don't care. Well... I need you to stop rezzing people. Alright. Steel, I can hit myself. Good. And I got some range on it. That's perfect. All right. You stole my boots. Oh, I forgot to change my boots anyway, so I don't actually care. Because I need to swap out to... Oh, fuck yeah. X potions. I gotta swap out to, Oh, he's fucked. Well, he lives, somehow. Ramza's gonna steal himself again. Agarius. Agrius. Bro just insta-died. I'm cool with that. Job leveled up there. That's good. We got rid of the healers, though, so that was the most important part of this. I didn't really count how many times I've used the skill. It doesn't really matter that much. I think it's going to be about 7 times. We'll see. I haven't been moving anybody. We're just letting Mustadio heal himself. Alright, last bravery on our boy. Oh, well, she stole my red shoes. Fuck. Bro is eating a lot of damage. I don't like it. He also nearly killed one of the squires on his own. I don't know how to feel about that. Alright. Killing the archer. Then we're coming down to say hi to you. Which doesn't matter because you still have to heal yourself. Alright, well. She's just trying to steal everything from me. Bitch. At least she's not using charm, but fuck. I'd rather not take all my gear. Hey, Mustadio finally can do something other than fucking heal himself. Mustadio. Apologies. Almost killed her. And now I can hit you with bravery. Probably shouldn't do that, but I'm doing it anyway. Stole my power gauntlets, you bitch. Anyway. $97. Ow. Oh, he didn't counter tackle. It's crazy. He's at max bravery now for this fight anyway. I don't know what that really does for him, but we will find out eventually. All right. Now, obviously, what we should do next is break all his gear, right? That's what I should do. I'm glad you agree. We broke his axe. Bravery up. Now, the biggest problem with my bravery right now, there is a problem with it that I didn't know about until today, actually, is there is a formula for Treasure Hunter, what used to be known as Move Find Item. And that formula determines if you get a rare item or not. So eventually, I need to set up a character that can do that. I got counter tackled. I don't like that at all. Anyway, we have to set up a character for later that can almost guarantee rare items. Like, it's never 100%, but you can get really, really close to it. Like 84 to 90%. And that's what we want to do. I gotta figure out what skills I need to do that. But yes. What we want to do... You don't have a shield, so that's just going to do straight damage. We did get his armor down, though. So that's cool. None of these characters are going to be that character. Obviously. But... maybe Halston. I think Halston and Eleanor had low bravery, so they would be easy to get down. I know I'm dragging this on longer than I need to, but... No, I won't get to drag it on much longer. I just finished up what I needed to. Not needed to, but everything I could to, like, drag it on much longer. Anyway, I also don't want characters that I never want to have lead my party to have low bravery. So, like, at the very least, Mustadio and Agrius could not be that character. Anyway. I guess I'm just gonna end it. Fuck it. We never used Cleansing Strike, so that's what that looks like.
They should throw their lives away. And yet, what right have I to blame them?
I got a mithril gun, so at least I got something out of that. That is our next gun. Now, potentially that could be our last gun if we don't steal any guns.
Father, what would you have done? Did I have any other choice? Is that?
I mean, it's Orin.
We meet again.
And Black Lion troops.
I see the Black Lion sits upon your breast. You are of the Order of the Southern Sky, then?
I am, and it would seem we have you to thank for dealing with our deserters. I must admit, I did not expect to see a son of House Beowulf lend his aid to our order.
The fight was not of my choosing.
Forgive me. I know you do not wish to shed blood, but it cannot always be avoided. We're no different. Had we the choice, we would not be hunting these men.
You knew who I was all along, didn't you?
I did. I'd seen your name and face upon a bill. While the bounty was certainly impressive, 'twas the charge of heresy that caught my eye. They claim you murdered Cardinal Delacroix, but I somehow find that hard to believe.
No, I killed a demon. There's a difference.
Turn me in.
Why would I do that? Our orders are to capture deserters. They say nothing of heretics already hunted mercilessly by the church. If I were one of those, I think I'd get moving before the lions at my heels thought to feast upon me as well.
Why do you still fight? I do not see why anyone should want to prolong this senseless war.
So long as your brothers point their swords at our throats, we must.
If the White Lion lowered his claws, would the Black follow suit?
No, I do not think it like he would.
I mean, that's a fair assessment.
Deliver a message to Count Orlando, if you should chance to meet him.
Orlando.
The curtain who goad the dukes for their own gain. We are all but puppets, dancing as they pull our
strings. It is those men we ought to be fighting.
I can deliver the message, but why to the Count?
My father once told me Count Orlando was the only man he could truly call a
Of
friend.
course. The other battle maniac.
Very well. I will tell the Count what you've told me.
Then you believe me?
Prior to joining House Durai, I was the Count's adopted son, and still regard him as my father. I know for a fact that he returns your father's fondness. In honor of their friendship, I will trust you, Ramza. Now, I do not know the reason these men seek the Zodiac Stones. If it is for the benefit of the people, I see no reason to raise protest.
I didn't say anything about Zodiac Stones.
Legend for their own gain. I can
You know more than you lead on.
It was not for quiet complaisance he was given the name of Thunder God. To worthy causes he would ever lend his strength.
You know of the High Confessor's plot?
Of it, yes. But we have no hard evidence. Our spies are working tirelessly, but I suspect you know more than they. As the heretic who slew Cardinal Delacroix, I dare say you've learned a few things.
If you did have evidence of the plot, would you then be willing to lay down your swords?
Does such evidence exist? Well, whether or not it would mean the end of this conflict, I cannot say. For the gears have long been set in motion. But if evidence did exist that could expose the plot, my father, for one, would surely sheathe his blade.
Lord Oren, we must press onward.
Very well. Let us resume our march. Farewell, Ramza. See that you keep your head about your shoulders. Never think yourself without allies. You do have friends. Friends who would gladly lay down their lives fighting beside you. And I count myself among them.
But you never join me.
Your side, but we fight together to end this war. Remember that.
Like, I would not take Orin over Orlando, but I would love to have Orin.
Thank you, Oren.
Having that goofy-ass celestial spell just seems broken. Alright, well, time to do some menuing. God, everything up here is done. I have Samurai unlocked. Oh, let's grab Ashura. I'm gonna grab the weird ones so that I don't have to fuck with them again. And then Dragoon. Let's grab the 1500 and then I don't think I have a 600. I do have a 600. So 2100 knocked off of Ramza puts us at 6950 from 9050. That's crazy. Our knight here. Let her learn Echo Herbs. Why not? But our knight has 900 points. So she is done. And this is the problem that lies with Agrius. What do I do next? Because from here on, if I don't use equipped swords, I cannot use her holy sword ability. I think we go archer though.
The sound choice.
Yeah, we'll go archer. I'm only actually archer doesn't have armor. None of them have armor, so let's go chemist.
This will serve.
And then we need to fuck. Man. Alright, so here's the thing.
The sound choice.
I don't. Actually, if we're not gonna do anything with her, let's go back to this one.
This will serve.
Because then she can have items at least.
Of course.
Our chemist. So Agris is not learning anything right now. So we're just gonna put that down. Golden Needle. Throw items. Mustadio is done. Now, he can't get any guns right now. That'll be okay. We're gonna swap him to Mystic.
Give it a shot.
Since he can't use guns, we're just gonna give him items. And that's gonna be it for now. 100, 450, 850, 1250, 1550. Fuck. 1720, 2120, 2320, 2720, 3520, 3620, 3970, 4570, 4820, 5220, 5420, 5770. That's a lot of points. But it will work out in our favor, I think. Knowing Dragoon has actually worked in our favor now because Renfred now knows Samurai. So he's just missing level 4 Thief for Ninja, and then Ramzo learned Mime. Level 5 in Dragoon and level 5 Geomancer for Mime. So we almost have every job on Renfred. We're gonna learn Equip Guns, and then if I've got 600 points somewhere, actually let's just do these. This 8, 13, 14, 1400 points. That brings us down to 1400 points. So order's almost done. For Renfred, Abelard also knows Samurai, but he's missing Bard and Mime, which he's missing level 5 Order and level 5 Dragoon. But that's fine. Our Ninja here is going to learn Dual Wield, and then Water Walking for 1420. I want to get rid of Water Walking. And then Throw Axes, actually. So 1540. So that brings him down to 2020. Ironically. And we'll give him this one. Why not? Alright. We're going to go back to Lazalia real quick. And we're going to outfit. Specifically, I want to outfit these. 2 Germanus boots for everyone. Which what that will do for us is give us an extra jump. I don't want to do that. So Germanus boots for you. I don't know if it gives us more than one movement. I think it doesn't. But that's fine because we're getting jump. There is one pair of shoes I like better than those. But not so much that we're going to go out of our way to wear them. And we don't have them anyway. And it's speed boots. Anyway, our encyclopedia updated. Probably just Orin, if I had to guess. Orin Durai. Orin has a gift of gathering information and has the ability to form viable strategies based on his findings. He's currently investigating corruption in the church at Count Orlando's behest. So we already read all the other shit about him being Orlando's and joining Fulvaham. A fiefdom in the northwest, Ivalice, its liege lord is Grand Duke Barrington. The region has long been plagued by pirates and foreign invaders. And Riovanes, the seat of the Grand Duke's authority, is home to a castle purpose-built for war. The walled city of Yardrau, situated near the coastline, rests behind concentric bulwarks and has spent much of its history warding off attacks. The region's wilderness makes for treacherous passage, with towering cliffs, rough-hewn valleys, and fierce fauna. All right. Learning a lot of things, seeing a lot of things. Cool. And then stratagems for battle. I don't know what was new, but mimes. Mimes are interesting. That's the last time we'll get anything new for job types. This is all just tutorial shit, that's why I don't actually rate it. Here's all my achievements, by the way. Anyway, it is break time. We are at the top of the hour, and it is time to go to break. Took it a little longer with the menuing, but that's okay.